Hey everyone, it's the Mindful Guitarist here, and today I've got some tricks for you to improve your bending. So, okay, here's the first trick for your bending. There's a lot of ways you can push a string up, but I think that the most consistent way to do it isn't actually with the fingers. So, what I see a lot with some of my students is something like this. And I'm losing the string the more that I bend that string. And the reason that doesn't work is because, one, it takes a lot of strength from your fingers. And two, you just don't have a very good grip on the string, because the further you push the string up, the flatter your fingers get. And what you really want is you want the string to be in direct contact with the tips of your fingers, so that you have more control over where you're moving that string. So the first tip that I have for you is just to use your fingertips. I think, honestly, probably one of the best tips of playing the guitar, period, with any technique or in any situation, is use the tips of your fingers. The less finger you have on the string, the less there is muffling the vibration of the string. So think about that. You want to have as little contact as possible with the string, but also, obviously, you want it to be a strong enough point of contact that it pushes the string down and gets it consistently vibrating. So use the tips of your fingers, basically whenever you can. What happens when you use the tips of your fingers when you bend the string is that your, I guess you could say your grip on the string is a lot better, more consistent. Notice how my fingers, at least from like this knuckle onward, are pretty much staying at the same angle, rather than when I'm just using my fingers to bend. They get flatter and flatter, so I'm losing more and more contact with the string until I just let go of it. The next tip, I think, is wrap your thumb around the neck. I know you don't really hear that very often from guitar teachers, but you can wrap your thumb around the neck, and you actually use your wrist to pivot and push the string. So here, the steps here are this. So you get your thumb around the neck, you get your fingertips on the string, and then you literally just turn your wrist. And by turning your wrist, you're pushing the string. I'll show you what I mean. See how quickly and easily I got to that pitch? That's because I'm not actually using my fingers as the source of strength for this. The next tip I have for you is, you could actually probably tell already, and that is to use as many fingers as you can to bend. And the reason for that is because I can use these other two fingers, my index and middle finger, to also help push up the string. That's just more reinforcements, right? So instead of just using our fingers, we've got our wrist involved, we've got more than one finger involved, right? We have a team. We have a string bending team that we can use. So let's get to bending in pitch. This is probably the most important exercise outside of the technical foundations that I just laid out for you. The exercise is super simple. You pick a note. I'm going to pick the 12th fret on the B string, and we're just going to pluck that note. Okay, we're going to go 2 frets down, and we're going to bend from this pitch up to that pitch. And I did that a couple different ways, or a couple different speeds. The reason for that is because you want to develop control. So at any point in your bending, you want to be able to stop the string at the pitch that you want. And so it's worth it to go a little bit slower, try to develop control during the process, so that you can just use those extra little pitches in between pitches to maybe develop a more expressive sound. It's definitely really common in blues playing to kind of slightly twist notes all the time. So definitely do that in your own playing too. Start from 2 frets down, that's kind of the standard bend, and then when you have that really consistently, change strings. When you feel like you've got it pretty well across strings, check this out. So just start doing 1 fret. It's a great way to train your ear. You will probably want to be able to do that. It's a little more subtle than the 2 fret one. But start with the 2 fret because most of the guitar solos that you'll learn, that's the interval that people are bending to. So start there and then get a little more subtle with the 1 fret. Another great tip that you can use is just if you have like a clip-on tuner for your guitar. I actually can't find mine right now. I don't know. I think I left it at work maybe, but anyway, if you have like a clip-on tuner, that's a fantastic way to get better with your pitch. So just clip that sucker on and do that bending exercise, and obviously, you know, your ear is the final judge, but use the tuner to help guide your ear. Alright, that's all I've got for that one. So just wanted to give you a quick overview of the proper technique for bends, how to bend in pitch, and how to develop your sense of pitch with that exercise. So if you want more, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Check out the Quick Tricks playlist. I'm going to be doing a lot more of those videos and other kinds of videos in the future. There'll definitely be a bending part 2 in the future as well, with more advanced stuff like you saw in the very intro. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.